Hello, nonfiction and STEM fans. This is Kirsten Larson, author of Wood, Wire, Wings, Emma Lillian Todd Invents an Airplane, here to talk to you about a couple of new middle grade historical series. So the first is the new History Comics series. This is from Kate Hannigan, illustrated by Alex Graudins. The one I read is The Great Chicago Fire. So this book is geared towards middle grade readers. It would be a good fit for fans of the I Survived series, which I have some of those fans in my house. This book is historical fiction. I wish that it was a little more clear to readers that this is historical fiction. But essentially, there's a made up brother and sister pair, and this is about their experience of the Great Chicago Fire. So it's told in graphic novel form, which is really cool and sets it apart from books like I Survived. And the really interesting element I found in this book was after the episode of the fire began, there's a lot about the rebuilding of Chicago and how a lot of the Chicago landmarks came to be in the wake of the fire. So I would recommend this for any history-loving kids who kind of want to experience the fire and the rebuilding. Now, second series that I'm super excited about is Kate Messner's History Smashers series. And I have the book The Mayflower. She also has a book about the suffrage movement. This is illustrated by Dylan Meconis. So there are, you'll notice, graphic novel panels, there are maps. And here's what I think is really cool about this book. It uses a lot of primary source documents. You'll find images of paintings and other primary sources. And Kate goes kind of behind the scenes to tell you how historians know what they know about the Pilgrims coming to America on the Mayflower and this fictitious story of the first Thanksgiving. So, for example, on page 14, there's a part that says, how do we know what we know about the Pilgrims? How can historians piece together the story of something that happened 400 years ago? And so she talks about the source documents. She talks about the artifacts that they left behind and what historians can make of that. She also, in another section of the book, talks about what a primary source really is. And I love this as a person who also writes history. A primary source gives you a person's point of view, but it's not necessarily the truth because everybody sees the world through their own point of view. And so she talks about what we can use primary sources for and what we can't. So honestly, this, as a teacher, I would love to use this series to talk about history, primary sources, what we use and what we can and how we can know what we know about history. So I highly recommend for middle grade readers the History Smashers series from Kate Messner.